Hi everyone, I'm Feline, and as I'm working on a new record today, and I do it with the new Ableton 11, and I'm very happy with that, I thought I'd do a quick overview of how I arrange my workflow with drum recording, which means comping is great if you have one single track, but for drums you have a lot of tracks in a row. You can see here we have a lot of microphones, and so you need to develop an idea on how to choose all the takes and on how to proceed. So you see, we've recorded a lot of takes today, also punched into a few sections, and yeah, in the end I was very happy with several sections of these. And if you have started working with Ableton 11 already, you know that these take lanes are this makes it so much easier to work with. All the takes you recorded are synchronous and all arranged in one single track. So the one you activate, you highlight, is the one you're hearing. So right now, these highlighted parts are what I'm hearing when I start the drums playing. So I have the vocals sounding for orientation, not much else. And this is the drums I'm hearing now. And you can hear there was a slight stumble in the hi-hat, so I'm trying to find another take. But how to go through all these takes with all these microphones, which all have the same number of takes, and they don't fit even on my screen. So I won't even start working like this. What I have developed in the last days, because I only work with this version of Ableton for a few days now, is that I work with one room microphone. So as we've been recording a drum set, we also used a pair of overheads. But even if you don't do drums, if you have another instrument, you will have record with several microphones, or if you, for whatever reason, just have a bunch of signals you want to cut synchronously, like when you make a live recording of a band, everybody has their own line in, but you definitely know you want to have the same take from everyone because you also have a room mic. Then choose the room mic. Simple as that. And if you don't by default have a room mic in your setup, then choose then set up a simple room mic. It can be the camera of your laptop, whatever, as an extra audio in. Or, of course, if you have a good room mic, like, well, I don't mention any brands besides Ableton, so, but I use Zoom a lot. Ooh, I said it. And they do amazing room microphones for very, very low price. And they don't endorse me. I wonder why, because I advertise them every so often. So, I'm choosing my best room mic, which is obviously the overhead. And if you have seen, sorry, that I have muted all the other channels in my drums group. So I only hear the overhead now, and of course this is a lot less full, but I can still hear all the drums. So it's all there, and for this I can use this single take, this single track of one of the overheads to work on the takes and choose whichever I like best. So, to not lose overview completely, I start with marking the single takes in different colors. So the default color of all my takes was yellow. So I'll do the next one in screaming red. Then I go blue. I think I won't work on these one, but I will still take it pink. So I can, you will see right in a few seconds, when I go through them and activate parts of them in the main take, in the track, they will be in here also in the different colors. I'll show you what I mean. If I want to choose this beginning of this section, which is orange now, I'll just do it by pressing enter. See, now this is highlighted and here grayed out, so I won't hear this take anymore, I will hear this take. And now it looks like this, ta-da. So without scrolling through all these takes, I can see where I sorted in which take when I skip to the next microphone, where I'm going to do the same. So, I'll undo this now because I didn't even listen to that take yet. Next thing I do, of course, I listen through the takes I've made. I'll start with this section here because it's short and easier in overview. So what we hear right now is this. It's just a little bit stumbly, right? The beginning. There's so many takes today. Alright, so we had a stumble at the beginning, so I'm not going to choose that. This is nice, but this part is a bit rocky. And not in a good way, so I'm not going to choose this. Let's try this part in the next lane, which I do just by highlighting this, so I don't have to go up choose and put that in the main track first. I just can skip through the lanes without making a final decision. This is a bit more energetic, but still not much better. Let's try Mr. Blue here. And bingo, this one's pretty good. So let's choose this. And so now this is highlighted. Let's check the whole take. Maybe this was a good one altogether. Not this part, maybe. So with that one, I'll go back to that, but the beginning of this take I really liked. And I like to take as much as I can out of one take. That's just my taste. So, hey, where has this one disappeared to? Now when we unmark this lane, we see we have these two parts in blue and these two parts in yellow. Let's go. Let's proceed with this take. I really like this part. I can still mark it while I'm listening. Okay, that was okay. There was a little stumble in the middle. Let's switch back to the last take and see what's there. Oh, I really like this half-time approach. Let's take this. A double boom. That's nice. Oh, that's a nice after ring on the tones. I think I'll take this whole section from this part. Oh, wait, did I? Okay, yeah, let me stop here, of course. Take whole sections. You will note that I notice that I only cut very roughly now. So I set Ableton to grid and to 1 bar, and I will have the opportunity to check on that later once this the choosing is finished. Then I will show you in a bit. Let's finish this part of this take. So we decided for this final arrangement. Now I only used two of these takes, so I can as well delete the other ones. I probably should, but it's always a good idea to save first, to save as a copy, so you know where we've been. So I'm still working on file version number 9, but I saved as copy, so I always know to go back to which copy, which is the last copy. I will give the copies version numbers as we proceed. So I can delete some of these lines already. Woo! Which makes it so much easier to go through. So I want to edit this section now on all the microphones. Whoa! Good thing is, as I colored my lanes before, now I don't have to see all these to check on the next microphone what I've been working on. See, I can close it and I still know where I am. That's why I always work from the bottom up. I start with the last few ones. Now I just have to remember which take was the blue one. So let's check that. Ableton now numbers them all simultaneously. So we have 99 and 79 here. The number of the number of the channel, name of the microphone, and the number of the take. It's 99 and 97, not 79. Sorry. So I scale up to the next microphone, and here we have takes 99 and 97. I can delete 98 already because I know I'm not going to use it, and these small ones as well, so they don't distract me. So this one is a blue one, remember that, so you can easier check with the next channel. Okay, so I'm going to choose this part, and yeah, that was easy, a whole section, this part. So now I have the two overheads together already, and if I want I can listen to both at once. They should sound good together, like synchronously. Here comes the drums. Yeah, it's not very harmonic, but that's another part of fine-tuning later. Now I'm going to show you what I mean with the fine-tuning, and for that I need a microphone that has more single hits like the kick drum. So I'm going to choose these last two takes as well. Blue, the penultimate one, and choose the same section, so these three microphones sound good together. Sorry, wrong. Okay. Sometimes when you look at your screen and not at your keyboard, I think that was too weird. Let's check. Yep, that's what the grid is for. Usually I would work on these first, so this just comes as a breeze. Now I have the kick drum edited in, and to see where exactly I need to put these fades, of course I have to unlock the grid, and per microphone push the cut where it should be, which is further apart from the actual wave. Ableton now does crossfading automatically, so this should sound good already. You will know and have noticed that the cuts are now not synchronous anymore with them on the overheads. I'll show you why. Wait, I can fold this already. On the overheads, I'm not. I hear the kick drum, but I'm not caring much about it. So here, there's basically silence. Here, I don't want that cut. So I'll go back here. You see, there's silence. She didn't do that hit on both takes. So of course, as it's a payroll overhead, I have to move this here too. And I would proceed with the other microphones, like if I have the high tom I'm going to look for a silent part as well. If the cut is here, I won't make it here, I will make it here. So in the end, the cuts on these sections are not synchronous anymore, but it's much easier to go to choose by hearing on a room mic first, instead of listening to it and then taking the whole section, because of course you can choose a whole track, but you cannot choose the same lane on every track. If for whatever reason later, after you made all this, you decide that you want to have the cut earlier, like you heard before that there was still a stumble in this part, in this section, so maybe I want to go back to the other part, then you can just mark all these lanes and say, okay, let's skip ahead or before. That's very comfortable. So that means that's what Ableton does for you. Once you have chosen your take, you can work with the not yet consolidated but come together take with a track as if it was a take. You can warp it. You can move a section, you can move a single note, you can edit it out. And the great thing is, you can do this, but your take will stay as it is. Like if, for instance, you move this drum beat, and later you realize, oh, it's not synchronous with the other microphones anymore. I shouldn't have done this before deciding for all the takes on all the tracks. Then you can just go to your take. It's 99. Scroll, and choose the whole take, the whole part of 99 you wanted to choose. This is the moved part. But if you want to go back, just choose it, and you're back, and your kick drum is where it used to be, as the drummer played it, and not where you edited it. See? Same goes if you just take this take and move it forward as you're used to with the old Ableton tracks. So I hope this helps a little when you're new to comping. And yeah, still Ableton delivers a little bit of a different workflow to other DAWs which are like centered on this workflow, like on recording. And yeah, you can do a little bit of sequencing too, not the other way around. And I still think now Ableton is able to do this. There's no need of any other platforms, and I'm very, very happy, and many thanks to Ableton that they made this. And I hope you you could use these informations. It's the first tutorial I ever made, actually, but as I fumbled through this for a few hours, I thought I'd share this with you. And maybe there will be more tutorials in the future. Alright, enjoy work.